Hey guys, it's Stutter Games here, and I'm going to be showing you guys a plugin named Calm Zombies or Call of Minecraft Zombies. Essentially, it's a plugin that brings the classic Call of Duty zombies into Minecraft, which I think is pretty cool. It's pretty neat, pretty fun. I'm currently using it to build a server of my own. Um, I am obviously going to change it a lot, as you'll probably notice once I show you guys that there's a lot of things you can change to make it better. But I won't be going over that. I'll just be going over a tutorial on how to use this plugin, how to use it correctly, and make sure it works how you want it to. So this is just a test server that I set up real quick just so I can show you the original plugin because mine's all edited, but I'll show you guys how we can do this. So it's highly recommended if you want to do this plugin to have world edit because it will save you so much time in regards to making your own arena, how you want to put barriers or just however you want to make your arena. But I'm just going to make it basic, just simple, a stone cube, have an enclosure, or you don't have to, but. So I'm going to set this as stone, and I'm going to have a wall of stone as well, so wall stone. So this is essentially going to be our quote-unquote arena. Obviously, when you guys start making your own, it's going to be much more complicated. But now we need to add barriers. Let's say you finish the map, the design, and all that, but now you need to add barriers in specific places that you marked. Like, say, this is supposed to be a barrier over here, and you're supposed to have one here, and then one right here, right? These are markers you would put, but I'm putting calcite as that. So, okay, so I need a barrier here, so we're just gonna do this. You don't have to make it this tall. You can even make it this, just the height of the zombie, so they can make their way through. So we got 3 barriers, right? This is where we're gonna put our barriers, and now we have our arena fully created. So what we need to do is actually make this an arena. It's like, this is just normal Minecraft building. It's not really an arena for the plugin to recognize. So we have to make it recognizable by using the plugin's commands. So we can do /z, we can do /zom, or we can do /zombies, right? And then, oops, sorry about that. And then we'll go ahead and do create arena, or you could do CA, and then the name of the arena. For me, it's going to be test since it's just a tutorial. What we're going to do is make 2 points, and you're going to make it into a cube. There is no spherical way to do it or cylinder way to do it, just 2 points. So the easiest way to do it is just go high up as you can to your map creation, and then just go, let's say this is the edge of our world. You want to go out just a little bit so you can put some zombie spawns here within the arena so they will be recognized by the plugin. So let's just go far out a bit, and let's go up a bit because we're gonna have to create a spectator spawn point. So let's go ahead and do P1. So now we have 0.1 over there, and then we're gonna go down here. Since this is a flat world, we can just dig down a little bit over here and set our 0.2 here. Now what you would see is redstone particles like this. So these indicate where your arena is going to be. So all the way up here, we first selected it, and then we're going to go over here, all the way down here. And it might be off a little bit, but that's okay. As long as you have some space where you can put some zombie spawn points, then you're good to go. So that's our arena. That's our cube. Let's say that. But Alright, so now as you can see here, it's going to tell you to do a game warp. So this is where you're going to spawn once the game starts. So since all the barriers are here and not on this side, we'll just keep the player away from it. So GW is where the players are going to spawn. Unfortunately, there is no way to make multiple spawn points, so you can separate the players. Hopefully in the future they can add that. And if you want to add suggestions, or what the plugin developer calls them, or enhancements, just go to the GitHub page. I'll probably link it in the description, and you can go ahead and do some suggestions for them. But now that we have the player spawn point for the game, we're going to go ahead and do lobby warp. So I guess we could just set it up here. Lobby warp's just essentially where players will wait until the game spawns. So we'll just go ahead and put it here. And if you don't want them to fall off, you can just give yourself a barrier block. Since I have essentials, I can just go ahead and make it simple for me. Like this, and now players cannot hit each other, and they'll be stuck here until the game starts, and when the game starts, they'll spawn down here and be ready to play the game. But now we need a spectator warp, so let's see, let's go ahead and put it around this edge of this wall up here. So barrier. Alright, so now they'll just stay on the outer edge and they can look around however much they want to see where players are and just see how the game's going. And they cannot hit each other if there are multiple people who have been dead and can't get out. So they'll just stay here and look until they actually leave the arena, which I'll show you how to in a little bit. So let's just say we'll do it at the opposite side. SW is what you would put for the spectator. And once you're done with that, you'll just hit done. And when you do this, when you type it, it's going to switch to where you can edit spawn points in for the zombies and wolves, hellhounds, if you want that, which are a little buggy, but I can tell you how to fix that in a little bit. So we're going to do done. And now it's zombie spawn point edit. So since we have 3 barriers, we're going to put one there, there, and here. To make it not visible, we could put it off to the side like this, or if you're not really caring, you can just go ahead and put it to the front and they'll just spawn right here. Or you can be a little creative and they come out from the ground and up here. So we'll do multiple of them. So we'll do this, right? And to add a spawn point, you just type in add, enter. Oh, right. Let's do add. Right, it's gonna put it in portal frame. That way you know that that's a zombie spawn point or a hellhound. So we got one in the ground. Let's go ahead and put one off to the side. And then for this last one, what we could even do is just put it right in the center where they see them. There's multiple ways you can do this, but to keep in mind, it's best to have one spawn point per barrier. Although the developer says that you can have multiple spawn points, such as what we're doing now, I'd highly advise anyone wanting to do multiple spawn points, just keep it one per barrier. It would help so much trouble that you may have, like spawning incorrectly or zombies not even spawning at all because it's trying to find a spawn point that's relative to your position to find. But yeah, just keep it to one. Now that we have our spawn points to our barriers, we can just go ahead and do done, I believe. Yes, done to complete this operation. There we are. Now they'll disappear, as we don't need that to be shown, of course, when we're actually playing the arena. So now that we have that done, let's go ahead and create our barriers, right? So let's say we'll keep it simple. You know, an oak fence, right? Oh, that's right, that's right. So when you finish editing spawns, it's going to enable the arena right away. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna Z zombies, and we're gonna do D or disable, and then whatever the name of the arena is. For mine, it's test. So we're just gonna disable this arena, and now we can actually start building on it again. So for these barriers, I'm just gonna keep it simple. We're gonna have some fences to act as if, you know, zombies are breaking some wood, right? So we got those, right? And since we have the arena disabled, we can go ahead and add some barriers. What we're gonna do is back to the command. We're gonna go Z A B or add barrier, and then we're gonna go and put the arena name, which for me it's test. So with this plugin, it allows you to select each block individually for the barriers. So whichever you select first, it's where the damage will appear. So for this barrier, we're going to put it on here where it starts the damage there, and then we're just going to add this extra block so the zombies can actually come in. And then once you're done with that, you'll just hit done, and then it's going to ask you where you want to put a repair sign. Now, some servers like Hypixel or other servers, they have it to where if you shift, it repairs, which is cool and all, but I feel like having a sign just makes it more, you know, immersive, because you're actually being near the barrier and doing all that. But we'll set it right there. You just hit the block. You cannot set it down. It actually has to be on a wall or some sort of block. You can even do it on this, but it's not recommended because if it breaks, you can never repair the barrier again. So we're just gonna set it here. We're gonna hit done. Alright, and now we gotta select the spawn point or points that we want this barrier to be attached to. So I'm gonna go ahead and do through, so I can just go right through this without messing anything with the arena. We're gonna select this spawn point since it's recommended to just do one spawn point, and then we're just gonna hit done. And then the fun part for you as a server owner, whatever, is you can put the amount of points they will receive when repairing it each time. So I think the usual is just 10 for Call of Duty Zombies, so we'll just go ahead and put 10. And now you got your first barrier done. So we're just gonna go ahead and do it for the rest of these. Another neat feature though is if you have like very few arenas and they all start with different letters, all you have to do is just type in the first letter and it just automatically finds the arena for you. So that's a neat feature to have. But we're gonna do this barrier here, done. Put the repair sign there, and then the spawn's over here where we set it, done, and 10. It's also neat that you can change each barrier to have their own points and stuff, so that's something to keep in mind as well. Let's go ahead and add one more barrier. So now we have all of our spawn points and barriers set up. So this essentially is the starting room for your arena. If you wanted to add doors, you can. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's just say this is going to be our door, right? Let me get the wand out. Let's expand this a little bit more. Okay. So this is going to be our door, right? Let's put, and you can put this as any block as you want, and it's going to be different than adding a barrier. Barriers you can select individually. For doors, it's much different. You can only select point 1 and point 2 as if, like you did when creating arena, P1, P2. So let's just make this red, like indicating like, oh, you can go through here. So I'm not going to put any spawns over here. I'm just going to make it a mystery box or a weapon that you could buy. So what we're going to do, we're going to do zombies. We're going to AD or add door. And then our arena test or T, since we only have one. So we're going to select this as the point, the first point, and then to the other corner, or however big you want your door to be, set it to the second corner by right clicking. So now that we have that done, since we don't have any spawn points in the other room, we can just go ahead and do done. But if you do, make sure you select those spawn points on the other side. But since we do not, we're just going to hit done. What's neat about doors, though, since they're a one-time thing, you're able to put the sign on the door. Oh. But what is odd, though, is that you're not able to do it like the barrier. It's much more different, but let's just say, I don't think it really matters, but you actually have to have the sign on the door before you can actually make it a door. So you have to select the sign. Once you select the sign or signs, if you have 2 ways or 3 ways or however many ways you can get out of spawn, and it can lead back to this door, make sure you have it on this side and that side. So you'll essentially do this. You'll select it as well. So I'll just do this for that purpose. Alright, I'll keep that open. We'll hit done. Price for the door. Since you start out with 500 with this plugin, we'll just make it 500. And it's going to make the sign automatically for you, which is very nice. Very simple. Not hard to do. So whenever we start the game, hit this door. Once we have enough points, it'll open to this area. So let's say for this area, we want to have a mystery box, right? So we'll go ahead and we're going to need a sign for this, since the mystery box perks and wall buys are all sign based. They're not command based. So we'll go ahead and do zombies. Nothing has to be capitalized. Zombies, mystery box. And then the price of the mystery box in zombies, it's $9.50. So we'll just go ahead and put $9.50. And as you can see, automatic. It's a very, very simple plugin in creating arenas and stuff. So mystery box, $9.50. There we are. Now I believe if you do put 2 signs, it's going to make 2 mystery boxes, which, I mean, it's up to you if you'd like to do that. I personally like to do that just to add more playability to the game. So we got the mystery box there. If you wanted to do multiple mystery boxes, you can. And all you gotta do is just go into the config, and I'll show that here in a little bit of how to enable multiple mystery boxes. But yeah, so we got that done. Let's see, we got the barrier, spawn, arena, door, mystery box. Now let's say we want to do a perk like Juggernaut, right? So let's just do this. Make it like that, right? Alright. So basically the same thing as you did with the mystery box, zombies, perk, and then if you go to the Call of Minecraft Zombies wiki, it can tell you all these commands, which I'll also link in the description below. But for Juggernog, it's JUGGERNOG, and then the price, I believe for Call of Duty, it's 2,500. And there you are. Unfortunately, you can't capitalize the Juggernog, but if you do go into the code, you would be able to change that. But I don't think it's necessary. So now that we have the perk, mystery box, door, and all this and all that, let's go ahead and give it a test. So we're gonna go to join. Well, first we gotta enable. So Z, E, or enable, and then test. So we have test enabled, and when I join this, I believe the mobs are gonna stay here, like the slime and stuff, but they will get erased to where only zombies will spawn. But that's only within the arena region. So if slimes from farther out there come in, that's fine. It's only a test. But if you have World Guard or anything similar, you can block out what entities spawn. You can make it to where only zombies spawn, and hellhounds, or wolves. It makes things easier that way. But so to join this, we'll do Z, J, or join. Test, right? So as you can see, I am in the lobby spawn point, so I can check what the arena is like and all this. I have a knife, M1911. These are the default weaponry you start out with. In the inventory, it just tells you where your items are going to go to. You can have your guns are going to be here, your knife, your perks, all the way up to 4, and then the grenade slot. By default, you do wear leather armor. From what I've known, to hear from the developer, he just said that it's just purely cosmetic, but that's fine. You can always change that in the code if you ever feel like you need to. But game starting, 60 seconds obviously is too long, but we can always change that. But as you see, the slime died within the arena, as well as that zombie right there. But here comes a zombie. As you can see, he's breaking the barrier, and this is what the signs are going to be. But all you gotta do is just keep breaking this, and it's just gonna keep giving you points. As you can see on the right, I keep getting 10 points and all that. But we can go ahead and add here slime. Yeah, we got that. Got a zombie over there. Zombies came back over here, but as you can see, there was no zombie here, and the barrier got broke, which is, I cannot tell if this is the plugin or if it's just how Minecraft is, but that's something to keep in mind. A temporary fix is to put barriers around the zombies spawn to where you can lead them to this way, so they don't like go from here to over here and all that. But as you can see, it's working. The barriers are coming back, respawning to fix. Let's see. Oh, yeah, see, there's no zombie here, but I believe, yeah, see, it's breaking. But yeah, they're all the way over here. But if you don't want players to come out of this barrier, like say, like to come out of here, it would be nice if the plugin itself had that. So like whatever blocks you selected would put like invisible blocks that only players cannot go through. I think that's too complicated, but that's alright. Using World Guard to make regions for each barrier where they can't enter is probably the only way you can stop that for now. But rounds are working, zombies are spawning, they're coming in here like they're supposed to. Let's go ahead and open this door. So, like I said previously, since doors are different from barriers, this sign's gonna break, and it's just gonna put whatever on the floor. And there you go. And since I'm admin or owner of the server, it just disappears in my inventory. If you're not, it's just gonna say, hey, you can't pick that up, but that's fine. You can always hide that message. Alright. So now we're here. Zombies, perk machine, juggernaut. I don't have enough points, but let me go ahead and get some points. Alright, I got 2500. All I gotta do is you can left click, right click, gives it right to you. So it plays some neat effects and all that. But we have Juggernaut now, so I used to lose 3 hearts, but now I only lose 1. So that's a neat feature of Juggernaut right there. And very important, of course. Alright, let me get to 950 and show you how the mystery box works. Alright, now that I have... Oh, okay, so as you can see, I had 2 signs here, but it made it into 1, which... That's fine. I'm not exactly sure how I got 2 on there, but... I have been messing with the code myself for my server for a long time now, but... Alright, we're gonna go over here, I'm just gonna... open this up. I'm gonna show you what guns you're getting up here. Barrett, Cole, Imitar, Olympia, AN94. Wow, that's actually pretty good. Ooh, if I don't die. Good thing I got Juggernaut, right? But yeah, you'll just click the sign. And it should just give it to you in your 3rd slot, since that's where your secondary gun would be. Yeah, but punching, reloads, right click, shoots. Alright. So, yeah. Alright, so we got most of it working now. So, to leave this, you can die. Oh, yeah. To leave this, you can die. You can do Z, zombies, L, or leave. And there you go. And it tells you you get 5 for getting to round 5. And what the 5 means is economy. So, if you have something like essentials like I do, it'll put that into your balance. And so if I do bow, 0. Clearly it's not working, but that's alright. I don't think I have the other essentials plugin installed, so it didn't transfer over. Which is fine. That's fine. But now that we have our arena working, I'm just going to show you some other things you can do. So let me disable this. So let me go ahead and get a sign. And let's just put... This is for guns. So if you want to have wall buys, you can do zombies, gun, and then the name of the gun. So let's just go ahead and put our M1911. I'm not sure if you have to have the same caps and stuff, but just to be safe, just go ahead and do that. But M1911. Alright, so the first set of numbers is going to be how much it costs. So let's just put the pistol as 50. And then you'll do a slash. And after the slash is the price of the ammo cost. So since it's just the basic starting weapon, we'll just make it 5. Yeah. That's how you put wall buys, and you can put as many as you want. So let's go ahead and enable. And then ZS is just to start the game faster if you have that permission. We'll go ahead and do this. Filling ammo, since I already have it, but I did not have this gun. It would give me the gun. So, alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and go into the config real quick and show you what you can do over there. Now that we're over here on my desktop, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and go to where my server is. So downloads, test server, plugins, and we're going to go into the com zombies folder, and we're going to go into config. So I'm going to tell you what everything's all about here. So as you can see, max perks you can change to higher or lower. I mean, this plugin allows you to change a pretty good decent amount of settings. So You can change the perks you want, the melee range. This is essentially in blocks how far you can melee. It's set to 2 as default because, I mean, it's the whole point of the plugin is to keep it close to the realism of what Call of Duty Zombies was. So, multiple mystery boxes. This, if you want to have multiple, you want to set this to true. That way, wherever you put your mystery boxes, it's going to choose from those signs you set up in that arena and choose one, which one to use as the mystery box. Unfortunately, you can't choose it for like the starting one and then start doing random. It doesn't seem to have that capability yet, but as always, down below in the description, you can always give suggestions for the developer for that. Double points timer, it has all the original power-ups like double points, insta kill, fire sale, and max ammo and all that. And you can change the timer for how long those last, which is actually very unique for a plugin like this. So you can change the difficulty of how your server will be. It would be nice to have those individually for each arena, but you can only suggest as of now. So perks will stay on the ground. That's, I believe, for, I'm not exactly sure what perk life is, because you know you have perks like over here, like these perks right here, and you usually buy them off here. So I can't exactly be sure what that is for, but you can always just go to the wiki and figure that out. Reload time, this is for all guns, unfortunately. If they were able to change it for each gun, that would be much more, you know, appropriate. But I'm not really a developer. I mean, I know how to read code and stuff, so I can't really tell you about that. But the points on hit and points on kill, this is also nice to have, so you can change, like each time you hit a zombie with a gun with your melee, it's going to give you this many points, which is nice, so you can have it however you want. Same thing for kill. Every time you kill a zombie or a hellhound, it's gonna put that many points in your pocket. Max possible zombies, this is entirely up to how your server's gonna handle on your computer or on a host you have. I'd leave this at default since 20 is plenty to have. Zombie spawn delay factor, this essentially is just how long it's gonna take for the zombies to spawn each round, and it's going to increase the zombie spawn per round, so that's why there's a 0.5, so over time it's going to get quicker and quicker and quicker. Same thing for this. For round 1, it's going to be 7 seconds between each zombie spawn, and then this is going to be used to decrease that. Since 60 seconds is too long, we're just going to go ahead and make this down to like 15, but this is the amount of time in seconds it's going to take for your arena to start. Zoom texture, this is essentially like a scope. If you have a texture that you are able to make with your custom made texture pack, you can have this enabled. I think it's a texture pack that they've made, the developer, or a texture pack you can make yourself. I cannot be sure about that, but go ahead and check the wiki for it. Round sound volume, This is individual to the plugin itself. It doesn't matter what you do in your sound settings. I believe it just straight up just default uses this unless you disable your sound, but don't put this high to where it hurts your players' ears. I set this to like 0.5 because I thought it was too low and it was really loud. So be careful with this setting. Revive settings. There is a revive feature in this game or this plugin. Revive timer is just letting you know how long it's going to take for you to revive your teammate. Revive range is in blocks, how many blocks you have to be close to your teammate to revive them, and then max downtime is how long they will be down for. Economy, cost per join. What I've noticed with this is it doesn't work, as you can see down here. 0. I mean, I'm not sure if it's because I'm missing that Essentials plugin, but I already have all the Essentials plugins anyway on my server, and even this doesn't even work, so I would just ignore this and not mess with it. So let's just go ahead and save that. Let's go ahead and go into the arenas JSON. This is actually important for your mystery boxes. So it's going to tell you the name of your arena and where it is, and if you have power for your arena. So if you want to have power, you can do true, and I can show that once we get done with this. And it's going to show you where your arena points are, where the player spawns, lobby spawns, and all that. It's also going to show you where the mystery boxes are, the barriers, and zombie spawns, doors, and all that. It's going to keep it all in here. So if you ever wanted to change it through text, you can. You can also have teleporters too, which I think is very nice. So by default, you can have a maximum of 8 players. 0 is for minimum. If this is too much for your arena, you can change it on a per arena basis, which is very nice. If you want to keep it at the default 4, you can for Call of Duty. Teddy bear chance. This essentially is just when the mystery box is going to get a teddy bear and move to another position. So since it's at 0, it'll always stay where it is. Like this one, it's always going to stay here. But since we only have one, it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to keep this at 0. But if you have multiple mystery boxes, like down here, make this true as well. And change your teddy bear chance to like probably 5-10%. Starting gun, you can actually change what starting gun you want for your arenas, which that's very awesome to know. And then dog every round. So usually Call of Duty has that at 4 or 5. So what we could do is set this to 5. We'll do 4 just to make it easier to show. No, let's do 2. I actually want to show you guys. So max ammo replenishes clip. I think that should be true. That way you don't have to miss some ammo that you're missing. Power up settings. Drop percentage 0 is just gonna make it random, but if you want to increase that to like 50% or 25%, go ahead. Yeah, so that's the arenas. It's gonna be like that for every arena you create. It's all gonna be in this one singular file. That's good to have. So let's go ahead and move on to the guns. Now this is just a preset of all the guns that the developer has made. You got special guns, sniper rifles, submachine guns. Let's keep going up. Assault rifles, shotguns, and pistols. So if you ever want to make your own gun, all you gotta do is just go to the first gun from whatever section it is. This comma right here, you want to go from here all the way up to this bracket here. You want to copy, and then you want to go ahead and delete the space down here once you press enter, and then paste. So you can change the name as whatever you want. Let's name it poop. 15, 105. You can change the clip ammo, total ammo, damage, delay, fire delay, max distance, which is how many blocks the bullets can go to, and then particle color. I'm not exactly sure how you can change that, but it seems to just be in hex code. So if you want to figure that out, you can. Multi-hit is how many zombies. Well, it's not how many, but it allows it to where you can hit through multiple zombies. For pistols, it doesn't really matter. And then you have a pack-a-punch variant for this gun within the same metadata, so that's also nice. So let's just make this poopinator. So why not? We'll make it multi-hit. We'll increase the distance. We'll even decrease the fire delay so you can shoot faster, and of course you want to increase the damage, which has already been. And yeah, so that's pretty good to go. So that's pretty much the guns, Jason. You can make your own, or you can change the already made if you're afraid to make another one, which is fine. Kits, I'm not exactly sure. I've never delved into this, but essentially what kits are is you can put it in your map as a normal sign, and then you'll put like the name of the kit, and it's going to give you weapons, perks, and I believe it gives you points or something like that. You would have to check the wiki for that because I'm not exactly sure, but signs, there's nothing in signs. Stats. Now stats is per player basis. So this is my hash name or something like that. I can't remember what Minecraft does for names, but it keeps track of your stats. So if you ever wanted to put it on a scoreboard over here just to keep track of it, you can do that. So that is the basics of the zombies folder, the configs. So what I'm going to do is actually make a pack-a-punch. So I'm just going to show you how it works. So let me disable this. Zombies pack-a-punch. I'm just going to make this 100, right? Obviously this doesn't make any sense, but it's just to show you guys how it works. We're going to have a pack-a-punch, and then we're going to also have power. So zombies power. And as you can see, it says disabled. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the server, and then I'm going to go ahead and restart it. That way I can make sure everything's working correctly. So I'm just going to give this just a few seconds. Gonna log in again. Start where we should be. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to enable. I'm going to join. I'm going to force start it. So as you saw there, I changed it to 15 seconds, and it actually was 15 seconds. So let's see if the power works. Okay, so power's not working. I'm not exactly sure how to work with that, but for pack-a-punch, all you gotta do is just use your weapon. Right click or left click, and there you go. As you can see here, the C3000 B1AT CH35 pack-a-punch, and it's gonna give me just extra damage. I can look at that. Ain't that neat? So that works. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm not exactly sure how to get the power thing to work, because I did say that it was a feature in this arena, so power is still a little finicky. I've never been able to get that to work, but that's okay. You can always make a fake power as if you opened a power door, like how we did here. We made a door. You can always make a power door. And as you can see, I'm doing extra damage and all that. So, bam. Used to take 2 headshots, but now it's not. Since it's pack-a-punched. But, yeah. I'm going to leave this, and then I'm going to show you one last thing. And this is going to delve more into the advanced side of things. So it's going to go into the code of everything. So instead of, when I test this, right? I'm going to show you how you can change like the really, really ugly barrier text thing. I mean, I can understand why it's there, but you see how it says barrier repair, it's like code, but like you're not really supposed to see it, but it's there for a reason. Like the bracket, barrier repair bracket. It's there for a reason, but I can show you how to change this if you know how to code or at least edit code. So we can change this. We can also change the sign. Instead of it being oak, we can also change these as well, but most importantly, I'm just going to show you how to change this. And if you want to change the text of this as well, that's fine. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm in ZL, and let me open the IDE, or in development environment, whatever you call it. Alright, so I am using IntelliJ. I think that's how you call it. It's a IDE that I think is mainly used for Java, so I can't exactly be sure if it is or not, but I'm assuming just because it says IntelliJ, so IntelliJava. But I have the Call of Minecraft Zombies plugin on here, right? So if you are not sure what any of this is, you do not have to watch this part of the video. Just skip it. This is probably going to be the last part of the video, so if you stuck around this long, I do appreciate that, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to this section of the video. So if you want to change the sign of, say, this or this, or the ugly barrier sign, this barrier repair, this ugly thing, if you want to change that, what you would do is, let's go here. We're gonna go to, alright, so we're at Call of Minecraft Zombies wiki, right? We're gonna go to code. Again, I'm gonna post this in the description. All you gotta do is just go to code, download zip, and then you'll just go ahead and extract, right? You'll extract this, delete that. Since it's doubling the folder, we're just gonna cut it and we're gonna paste it here. That way we have all this. And then all you're gonna do is just go back here. I'm gonna close this project real quick and open the one I downloaded. So I'm gonna open this where I just extracted. We're gonna open. This is a Gradle project. That's what the developer uses. So just gonna wait for this to load. As you can see, got a bunch of errors here, which is fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do Gradle build. We're gonna wait for this to do its thing. And now, usually it's going to show this error, right? So what we gotta do, since there currently is no way to fix this issue, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to downloads. I'm gonna go where NMS is, where I extracted the folder, and I'm gonna delete 119R1. And then I'm going to build it again. And it's probably gonna show some errors because some class files, or yeah, like this right here, some class files, Java files, are going to need this importation of that, which does not exist no more because we just deleted it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna delete this, and we're gonna go down here, and we're also going to delete case 19 as well. So and then we're gonna build it again, and it should just work fine. Yep, check. So we're good to go with that. If you want to do 1.19, currently, from what I've noticed, there is no way to do so because there is a mismatch in class file, which I've already mentioned to the developer. So hopefully in the future that could get fixed. But if for some reason yours does not work, like mine is right now, the reason for that is because you probably don't have all Spigot versions from 1.14 to 1.18.2. And that's what you're gonna have to do. So you'll have this README pop up here, and you'll do Gradle build, and you should have no errors once you removed 1.19. It's gonna show up again, but that's fine. But yeah, you'll have 1.19 removed, and you'll build it, and you should be good to go. So now that we have that out of the way, we're gonna go to where you can change the ugly barrier sign. So we're gonna do is Control Shift F, so it's gonna easily locate the text that's used on the sign. So barrier repair, that's all you gotta type, right? There are two different ones. We got one on the barrier.java and sign listener.java. We want to change both of these because if not, it's not going to work properly. So what you can do is set it to whatever you want on the first line, not sign. Whatever you have for the first line is what is going to be read, but you can also make it to where you can have it on the first, second, third, or fourth line. I'll show you how to. So for example, we'll just have nothing on the first line, and then we'll have it on the second line. So we'll do break to fix, right? And then we'll have nothing on the fourth line. To change the block, the sign that you want, you'll change it up here. So we don't want a wall sign. We'll have I think crimson is one. Let's see. Yep, crimson. So we'll have a crimson wall sign instead. So there you go. We have a different wall sign, and we're going to change the text of the sign. So instead of having that ugly barrier repair, no offense to the developer, but instead of having that, we're going to have break to fix. So what we need to do is have this sign be registered or recognized to the sign listener Java, which will go ahead and do now. So what you're going to do is do Control Shift F again. It's going to save. It should have saved. Oh, because I have it highlighted. So Control Shift F. Let's go ahead and do barrier repair again. As you can see, the barrier.java is not showing up anymore because we just changed it. So we're going to double click on this and change this to what we want the text from the other Java class to be. So we had it as break, so we're going to put break on here. And it was not on line 1, it was actually on line 2. So what we're going to do is change this to line 2. Right? And there we go. We're going to save this. And we can close out of these. And we should be good to go. What we're going to do is we're going to go up here. We're going to go build. Once you press this button right here, it's going to show up here as history. So it just makes it easier. And we're going to go ahead and build it. And we're good to go. So where it's going to show up now is where you open it. It's going to be here. Core build libs, and it's going to show up as 2.3.dev, and the name does not matter. If you want to change it, go ahead, but we're just going to copy this and we're going to go to our test server. I'm going to stop the test server real quick. We're going to go to plugins. We can delete this and we can paste the new one in, and we can go ahead and immediately start the server. But reason why I cannot, and if this happens for you, it's probably because you have your environmental variables messed up. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to go path, I'm going to remove Java 8 because the paper or spigot I'm using requires Java 18. So there we go, we got it working now. I'm going to close out of this. I'm going to close out of this. Let's go back to the server. Alright, see if the plugin has broken. We just do /z. It's working, so in theory, the sign should have changed. So we're going to ZJT, ZS to force start it, and alright, now we just wait to see if the signs are going to change. Just wait for a zombie to spawn and break the barrier. Oh, there you go. So instead of it being oak, it's crimson. Break to fix, let's see. There you go. I'm getting points for it, and as you can see over here, it's actually being fixed. So instead of having the not so great looking sign, you now have at least a better sign. Now if you want to change the text of this to like color text, it's also pretty simple. So I'm going to go ahead and open the code stuff again, and what we're going to do is we're going to go back where it actually is core build, core source main Java game features barrier. So we're going to go here. There we go. Brought us right back to it. So if we want to change the color of this text instead of just having plain black, we just go to MC color codes. Whatever pops up first, we just go here. And as you can see, the MOTD code, all we gotta do is just choose whichever color we want, and we just put it right before break and fix. We'll just put it right before. So for example, we'll use gold. So U00A76. So /U00A76, right? Is that it? A76, correct. So we'll do the same thing for this one. And don't worry about the 6 being green. It's going to ignore that. So we'll go ahead and build it again. Let me stop the server. So we're going to change the plugin jar file. Once this finishes, it's finished. Alright, so we're going to go to where we previously went, the folder, core, build, libs, and there's the dev. So we're gonna go back to our test server, go to the plugins, replace test server, run. So now that we have this finished, we can close out of this. We can also close out of this. We're gonna retry. We're gonna go back in here. We're gonna go ahead and join CS. There we are. Alright, and now let's test to see if those colors are going to be there on the sign. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Break. And because the other Java class, the sign listener, exists, it's looking for the word break. So when we have the Unicode, that's what it is, the backward slash U00, that's Unicode, but since that's before it, it doesn't really count. It's kind of just like invisible to the other Java file. So it's just looking for the word break, and because we have the word break there, it's recognizing and it's telling all the other code like, hey, we found the word break, so go ahead and do the barrier repair stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this. If you ever wanted to do the same for these, you can. You just gotta go, it's a little bit more in depth for these, but it's the same concept. You can also change the zombies to something else if you ever wanted to. But yeah. Alright. I believe that completely covers this plugin. It's been painful to record this. Oh my god. Wow. It's been an hour and 14 minutes. Well, okay. That's interesting. Alright, well, now that you know how to set up this plugin, I would appreciate it if you guys gave a like on the video and subscribe to hopefully have more tutorials on plugins like these, or just more tutorials in general. I mean, my channel is named Tut or Games, so tutorials or games is the longer form of the name, but yeah. Alright, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.